A stormy night in the mountains. A CEO on the brink of death. And a young healer with ancestral secrets in her hands. She saved him when no one else could. She gave him everything, her medicine, her innocence, her hope. But when dawn came, he simply vanished. 6 years later, she's no longer that naive village girl. She returns to the city with a little girl with piercing eyes in her arms, a child who carries the same cold blood and the same determined gaze as him. But this time, she didn't come looking for apologies. She came to collect what's owed. What happens when the most powerful man in the city discovers that the woman he abandoned is now the heiress of a rival pharmaceutical empire? And that the smiling little girl beside her is his daughter? The mountains of Yunnan have always been a place where time moves differently. Where ancient traditions survive in the mist. Where medicine is not just science, but wisdom passed down through generations. Li Wei is 22 years old. She lives in a small village nestled between peaks that touch the clouds. Her grandmother raised her. Taught her everything about herbs, roots, remedies that modern doctors have forgotten. Li Wei's hands know how to heal. Her eyes can read symptoms that machines cannot detect. In the village, they call her the young healer. She's respected. Trusted. But she's also lonely. Her life is simple. Wake before dawn. Tend to the medicinal garden. Prepare remedies for villagers. Sleep when the stars appear. Day after day. Year after year. Until that night. The storm comes without warning. Rain hammering the wooden roofs. Thunder shaking the mountains. And then, a sound that doesn't belong. The screech of tires. The crash of metal against rock. Li Wei runs toward the sound. Others follow with lanterns cutting through the darkness. On the mountain road, a black luxury car lies overturned. Smoke rising from the engine. Glass scattered everywhere like deadly diamonds. Inside, a man. Unconscious. Bleeding. His expensive suit soaked in rain and blood. Someone recognizes the car. That's a Weilong Company vehicle. That man, he must be someone important. The village elder tries to call for help. No signal. The storm has knocked out all communication. The nearest hospital is 3 hours away on good roads. Tonight, with the landslides, it might as well be on another planet. They look at Li Wei. She's the only hope. Can you save him? She doesn't know. But she has to try. They carry him to her grandmother's house. It's small. Simple. Wooden beams and paper windows. Nothing like the world this man comes from. Li Wei examines him with trembling hands. His pulse is weak. Erratic. His skin is burning with fever. There's internal bleeding. Poisoning in his blood from the impact. His organs are starting to fail. This is beyond anything she's treated before. Village ailments. Common injuries. But this man is dying. Her grandmother's voice echoes in her memory. When Western medicine fails, trust the old ways. Trust what the mountains have given us. Li Wei begins. She crushes rare herbs that grow only on the highest peaks. Mixes them with spring water blessed by moonlight. Creates a paste that smells of earth and life. She works through the night. Applying remedies. Monitoring his breathing. Wiping his forehead when the fever spikes. Dawn comes. He's still alive. But barely. The second night is worse. His body is fighting the treatment. The fever climbs higher. He's delirious. Calling out names she doesn't recognize. Speaking in a language of business and power that sounds foreign in her small home. She doesn't leave his side. Doesn't sleep. Doesn't eat. On the third night, something shifts. The fever begins to break. His breathing steadies. And then, in the darkness, his eyes open. He sees her. really sees her. This young woman with exhausted eyes and gentle hands. The woman who pulled him from death's door. Who are you? His voice is weak. Broken. My name is Li Wei. You were in an accident. You almost died. He tries to sit up. She pushes him back down gently but firmly. You need to rest. Your body is still healing. For the first time in his life, Jin Weilong has no choice but to obey. He stays for 5 more days. Not because he needs to, but because he wants to. In those days, he learns what life is like outside his tower of glass and steel. He learns that coffee tastes better when made over a wood fire. That silence doesn't have to be filled with phone calls and emails. That a woman's smile can be more valuable than any stock portfolio. Li Wei learns about him too. He's 28. The CEO of Weilong Pharmaceuticals. A man who inherited an empire at 23 when his father stepped down. A man who has never known failure. Never known vulnerability. Until now. They talk. They laugh. They sit on the wooden porch watching the mist roll through the valleys. On the 5th night, something happens between them. Something neither of them planned. Neither of them can explain. He holds her hand. She doesn't pull away. I don't want to go back, he whispers. Not to that world. Not without you. Then don't, she says. And she means it. That night, under stars that have witnessed 1,000 love stories, they become more than healer and patient. More than stranger and stranger. They become everything to each other. The next morning, Li Wei wakes up alone. He's gone. His clothes are gone. Everything that proved he was ever there, gone. No note. No explanation. No phone number. No real name she could search for. Just emptiness where warmth used to be. The villagers tell her his people came in the night. 3 black cars. Men in suits. They took him away while she slept. She tries to find him. Asks everyone. But Jin Weilong is too common a name. Weilong Pharmaceuticals has no contact information she can reach. She's just a village girl. She has no power in that world. 2 weeks later, she realizes why she's been feeling sick every morning. She's pregnant. And the father is a ghost who disappeared into the city lights. The Shin Bioherbal Group headquarters stands 70 floors high in downtown Shanghai. Glass and steel piercing the sky. A monument to power and innovation. In the top floor corner office, a woman sits behind a massive desk. She's 28 now. Her hair is styled in a sharp bob. Her suit is designer black. Her eyes are cold and calculating. This is Li Wei. But not the Li Wei who saved a dying man in a mountain village. This is CEO Shin Li Wei. Heiress to the Shin pharmaceutical dynasty. One of the most powerful women in the industry. Her assistant enters. The conference schedule is ready. We'll be presenting our new traditional medicine line directly after Weilong Pharmaceuticals presents theirs. Li Wei's lips curve into something that isn't quite a smile. Perfect. The door opens again. A little girl rushes in. She's 5 years old. Her hair is in 2 ponytails. She's wearing a school uniform. And her eyes, dark, intelligent, piercing, are unmistakably his. Mama. The girl jumps into Li Wei's arms. Xiao Yu, my little moon. How was school? Boring. But I got all the math problems right. The teacher said I'm the smartest in class. Li Wei hugs her daughter close. Of course you are. You're my daughter. Xiao Yu pulls back and studies her mother's face. Mama, why do you look sad? I'm not sad, baby. Yes, you are. You have your thinking face. The one you make when you're remembering something you don't want to remember. Children see too much. Know too much. Li Wei kisses her daughter's forehead. Come. We have somewhere important to be. The International Medical Innovation Conference is held at the Grand Hyatt. Every major pharmaceutical company in Asia is here. Investors, researchers, journalists, and Jean Weilong. He's 34 now. Taller than she remembers. Or maybe it's just the confidence he wears like armor. His suit is perfect. His hair is perfect. Everything about him screams success and control. He's giving the keynote speech. Talking about innovation. About the future of medicine. About how Weilong Pharmaceuticals is leading the charge. Li Wei sits in the audience with Xiao Yu beside her. Her face is neutral. Professional. But inside, her heart is pounding like it's trying to escape her chest. He hasn't seen her yet. Doesn't know she's here. When his speech ends, there's applause. He steps down from the stage. And then, as he's walking past the front row, his eyes land on her. He stops. Frozen. Like he's seen a ghost. Recognition floods his face. Shock. Disbelief. Something that might be joy or might be terror. Li Wei? She stands. Extends her hand professionally. Mr. Jean. It's been a long time. He stares at her hand like he doesn't understand what it is. Then he takes it. His grip is warm. Familiar. Exactly as she remembers. I've been looking for you. For years. I tried. It's fine. Water under the bridge. Her voice is ice. I'm here representing Shin Bioherbal. We're presenting next. Shin Bioherbal. You're a Shin. I'm the Shin. CEO. Majority shareholder. Your biggest competitor. Before he can respond, Xiao Yu tugs on Li Wei's sleeve. Mama, I'm thirsty. And Jean Weilong sees the child for the first time. The world stops. Those eyes. That face. The way she tilts her head when she's curious. It's like looking into a mirror that shows him his own childhood. This is. His voice cracks. Li Wei, is she? My daughter. Xiao Yu. Li Wei's hand rests protectively on the girl's shoulder. Excuse us. We have a presentation to prepare. She walks away. Leaves him standing there. Leaves him with the truth hanging in the air like smoke. Jean Weilong can't focus on anything for the rest of the conference. His mind is racing. Calculating. Remembering. 6 years ago. The accident. The village girl who saved him. The night they spent together. And then his father's men coming in the darkness. Taking him away. Telling him it was a company emergency. Telling him the girl was taken care of. Paid off. Happy to forget. He spent months searching for her. But his father controlled the information. Blocked every attempt. Told him to focus on the business. Told him village girls were not suitable for the Jean family. Eventually, he gave up. Buried the memory. Buried the guilt. Threw himself into work. But he never forgot her. And now she's here. More powerful than he is. More successful. More untouchable. And she has his daughter. He finds her in the rooftop garden after the conference ends. She's standing alone, looking out over the city. Xiao Yu is with her assistant inside. Li Wei. She doesn't turn around. You're persistent. That hasn't changed. I need to know. That little girl. Is she mine? Does it matter? Of course it matters. His composure cracks. I have a daughter. I've missed 5 years of her life. I didn't know. You didn't know because you left. Now she turns. Her eyes are blazing. You made promises. You held me. You made me believe that I mattered. And then you vanished like I was nothing. It wasn't like that. My father. I don't care about your father. I don't care about your excuses. I was alone. Pregnant. Scared. I had nothing. No money. No family. Just a baby growing inside me and the memory of a man who treated me like I was disposable. Liwei, please. My grandmother died 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant. And when she died, I discovered the truth. She wasn't just a village healer. She was from the Shin family. She'd been hiding me. Protecting me from a corporate war that killed my parents. Jin Weilong is silent. He doesn't know what to say. I inherited everything. The company. The wealth. The power. And I used it. I built Shin Bioherbal into what it is today. I raised Xiaoyu alone. I gave her everything. We don't need you. But she deserves to know her father. She deserves a father who wanted her from the beginning. Not one who shows up when it's convenient. The words hit him like physical blows. You're right, he says quietly. You're absolutely right. But Liwei. I never stopped thinking about you. I never stopped looking. And now that I've found you, I'm not going to disappear again. That's not your choice to make. Then let me earn it. Let me prove I deserve to be in her life. In both your lives. Liwei studies him for a long moment. This man who broke her heart. This man who gave her the greatest gift she's ever received. You want to prove yourself? Fine. But you do it on my terms. You don't get to play happy family. You don't get to walk in and act like nothing happened. You want to be part of Xiaoyu's life. You start from zero. I'll do whatever it takes. We'll see. The next 3 months are strange. Complicated. Full of moments that break and heal in the same breath. Jin Weilong shows up. Every day. He comes to Xiaoyu's school. Brings her lunch. Sits in the back of her classroom with permission from the principal, because when you're a billionaire CEO, principals say yes. Xiaoyu is suspicious at first. Why is that man always here? He's someone who wants to get to know you, Liwei says carefully. Is he my papa? The question hangs in the air. Liwei has always promised never to lie to her daughter. Yes. But he didn't know about you. He didn't know you existed. Xiaoyu processes this with the seriousness of a child who's wise beyond her years. Did he leave because of me? No, baby. He left before you were even born. It's complicated. Do you hate him? I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I still do a little. But he's trying. He really is trying. Xiaoyu nods slowly. Then, can I talk to him? If you want to. The first conversation between Jin Weilong and his daughter happens in a park. Liwei watches from a bench nearby. Ready to intervene if needed. Xiaoyu sits on a swing. Jin Weilong stands awkwardly beside her. He's negotiated billion-dollar deals. Faced down hostile corporate boards. But this terrifies him. Hi, he says. Not CEO Jin. Just a man talking to a child. His child. Hi, Xiaoyu replies. She kicks her legs, making the swing move gently. Your mother says you're the smartest in your class. I am. I'm good at math. And science. And reading. I was good at those too when I was your age. Really? Really? I used to read books under my covers with a flashlight after bedtime. Xiaoyu giggles. I do that too. Mama says I'm going to ruin my eyes. They talk for an hour. About school. About books. About nothing and everything. When it's time to go, Xiaoyu looks up at him with those eyes that are mirrors of his own. Are you really my papa? Yes. I am. Okay. You can come back tomorrow. If you want. It's the greatest permission he's ever received. But not everyone is happy about this reunion. Jin Weilong's father, Jin Tengfei, is the chairman emeritus of Weilong Pharmaceuticals. He's 70 years old. Hard as steel. Cold as winter. When he learns that his son is spending time with that village woman and her child, he's furious. He calls Li Wei to a private meeting. Offers her money. An obscene amount. Enough to disappear. To take Xiaoyu and never come back. Li Wei looks at the check on the table between them. Then at the old man's calculating eyes. You did this before, didn't you? 6 years ago. You took him away. You paid off the village elder to keep me from finding him. I protected my son from a mistake. I'm not a mistake. And neither is your granddaughter. That child is not a Jean. She's a bastard. A stain on our family name. Li Wei stands. Your family name is built on corruption and cruelty. My daughter is worth more than your entire bloodline. She walks out. Leaves the check on the table. But Jin Tengfei isn't finished. He uses his connections. His power. He starts a campaign to destroy Shen Bioherbal's reputation. Spreads rumors. Blocks contracts. Turns investors against them. It's war. Li Wei is in her office when Jin Weilong storms in. His face is pale. Angry. Determined. I know what my father is doing. I'm stopping it. Now. You can't control him. Then I'll destroy him. She blinks. What? I'm calling an emergency board meeting. I'm removing my father from all positions of power in Weilong Pharmaceuticals. I'm cutting ties completely. Weilong, that's your family. That's your company. No. Weilong Pharmaceuticals is just a company. You and Xiaoyu. You're my family. The family I should have protected 6 years ago. The family I'm choosing now. Li Wei feels something crack inside her chest. The wall she's built so carefully. So deliberately. You'll lose everything. I already lost everything once. When I lost you. I'm not making that mistake again. He steps closer. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. I know I destroyed what we had. But I'm not asking you to love me again. I'm just asking for a chance to be the father Xiaoyu deserves. And if, somehow, someday, you can look at me without seeing the man who hurt you. I'll spend the rest of my life proving I'm different. Tears burn in Li Wei's eyes. She won't let them fall. You hurt me. You destroyed me. I know. I built myself back up. Alone. I know. And now you think you can just walk back in. No. I think I have to earn every second I get with you. With her. For the rest of my life. The tears fall. She can't stop them anymore. You're going to have to fight for us. Every single day. I will. I promise. The board meeting is brutal. Jin Tengfei fights back with everything he has. Accusations. Threats. Legal maneuvers. But Jin Weilong is prepared. He has evidence. Documents showing his father's corruption. Bribes. Fraud. Decades of illegal activities hidden behind the Weilong name. He exposes everything. In front of the board. In front of the media. He destroys his father's legacy to protect his daughter's future. The fallout is immediate. Jin Tengfei is forced out. Arrested. The Jin family name becomes synonymous with scandal. But Jin Weilong doesn't care. He's free. He proposes a merger. Weilong Pharmaceuticals and Shen Bioherbal. Combining Western medicine with traditional practices. Innovation with wisdom. With Li Wei as co-CEO. We'll be equals, he says. Partners. In business and, if you'll let me, in life. Li Wei looks at the contract. Then at him. Then at Xiao Yu, who's watching them both with hope shining in her eyes. I can't promise I'll ever fully trust you again, Li Wei says. I can't promise it'll be easy. I don't want easy. I want real. I want you. However I can have you. Xiao Yu runs over and grabs both their hands. Mama, can he stay? Please. Li Wei looks at her daughter. This brave, brilliant little girl who deserves the world. Then at Jin Weilong. This broken man who's trying to rebuild himself into someone worthy. One day at a time, she says. You prove yourself. Every day. No shortcuts. No excuses. Deal. Xiao Yu cheers. I have a mama and a papa now. And for the first time in 6 years, Li Wei allows herself to hope. That maybe, just maybe, broken things can be healed. That people can change. That love can survive even the cruelest betrayals. If it's fought for. If it's earned. If it's real. So what do you think? Did Li Wei forgive him too quickly? Or does Jin Weilong deserve this second chance? And Xiao Yu, isn't she the real hero of this story? That brave little girl who saw through the pain and chose to believe in family. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one and I love hearing what you think. If you enjoyed this story of betrayal, transformation, and redemption, subscribe to the channel. We have so much more drama coming your way. Stories that will make you cry, make you angry, and make you believe in second chances. The next video is going to be even more intense. You won't want to miss it. Until next time. Remember, sometimes the people who abandon us come back. But they never come back the same way they left. And neither do we.